Hello, my brothers and sisters all over the world. This is your sister, Queen Divine. Today, I have a message for so many of our parents all over the world, especially those coming from Africa. We have been having a series of problems of women or parents who has been having problems with the government over their kids, and many of our African parents, their kids are besieged. Their kids has been seized from the government, and they've not lost access over the authorities towards their kids, and many of those kids are now lost. They don't even know where they're coming from. They don't even have contact with their parents anymore. Please, my African parents, I'm about telling you this, that as parents, you should please try to know what you should be doing right towards your kids, so that the government cannot take them away from you, because it's so painful, it's so sad when you have a child and this child is taken away from you. This has caused a lot of depressions. It can cause quick death to many of these parents. And I feel so sad. I'm so bitter. I'm so sad for these children who has now lost contact with their parents, and they've lost their identity forever. And when these kids are being seized by the government, these kids will they will never have access to their parents anymore. They will never see their parents anymore. This is so bad. Please, my African brothers and sisters, you all should try to make a good effort. If you don't understand the things that the law is forbidding about the children, you have to meet someone or go to any of those offices who are about to know more about the welfare of taking care of our children. There will be a paper that will be given to you, where they will analyze everything, that when you do it, the government has the right to collect your kids from you. And when you don't do this, the government will, there are things like that has put into record, into writing, instructions on what to do and what not to do, so that the government will not collect your children. And this is very, very important, because so many of our Africans, they are not so current with this type of thing. They don't really know the laws, and they don't know the laws in this way, in the countries they are living, and everything here is about laws. And if you don't follow to the rules and codes, you are bound to come across such problems in your life, which is not good. And please, we all as parents should try to put more effort and try to abide by the laws here, so that our children, our African children, will not be taken away from us. A lot of my African brothers and sisters are going through these severe problems, and you should know, immediately your kids are taken away from you, the government will never return them back to you. Please, you guys should please be very, very careful. Look for where you have a book or an instructional book, where you will get to understand what the government do not want you to do, that will make them to collect your kids from you. You have to go read these papers, read them accordingly, and you should start working on those things, so that the government will not collect your children from you. I feel so pained for those African lost children who has been seized by the government. This is so heartbreaking. There are some single women who are who are no longer with their husbands, then there are some things that you do that will make the government collect your children. Some of these people, they start having a new man in their lives, and in the front of their children, they start having funds. This is one of the things that will make the government collect your children. And you goes about smoking in front of your children. Some goes about smoking marijuana in the presence of their children. So goes about beating up their children even with the stick, with the slippers, with the shoes, and they now put marks on their body. And now the children, when they get to school, the teacher will now start seeing marks on their body. These are some of the things that will make the government collect your kids from you. And there are the way you talk in the presence of your kids. When you talk so rawly, your kids now start imitating you. And when they talk in public, in the class, they talk anyhow.